All right, we're here at the Weekend of Horrors, and I'm here with Terrance Zdunich. Did I say it right, Zdunich? Isn't English a word, isn't it?
No, it's Croatian actually, and I believe it's Zdunich, but I could be saying it wrong. Yeah.
I do it again. I'm here at the Weekend of Horrors with Terrance Zdunich. I can say that because German itch is normal.
Okay.
Great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Let's talk about one of all-time favorites from my movie list, Repo the Genetic Opera. Dude, you're a genius. When did you come up with that idea?
Well, I think like all ideas, they're years and years percolating, and then eventually you have the aha moment. It's so weird thinking of Repo now. I think I began writing that almost 15 years ago. So the fact that it's still the subject of, or the topic of questions is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I don't know. I think lots of drugs, lots of liquor, lots of nightmares.
I mean, come on, there are great songs on it. Grave Robber, I used to sing it all the time under the shower, but I can't hold the lines, so.
Blood market, love market. Sometimes I wonder why they need me at all.
No, just kidding. But you have an amazing cast in it. All the famous people from horror movies, Skinny Puppy is in it. And how did it come? How did you get those people to be in such a movie?
Well, you know, it's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of musicians in front of the camera, rock stars, I guess, like Ogre, Bill Moseley. But behind the scenes on the soundtrack, there's just as many really legendary players. People from Bauhaus, Jane's Addiction, Slipknot, all playing on the soundtrack. So behind the scenes were just as cool as in front of the camera. But I don't know, I think it's just like any endeavor you do. I mean, you asked to talk, and so we're speaking. You make a movie, and if you have something cool to offer, people will go, yeah, I want to do that. So we played the music from Repo to these various personalities, and they said, fuck yeah, I'll do that. And so here we are.
Awesome. But it started as a theater project, right?
Yes, it did. Yeah. It began in 2001, I believe. Myself and the co-writer of Repo, Darren Smith, we were performing it as almost like performance art in little black box theaters, and then it grew into a full stage production in Los Angeles, and it kind of evolved over a couple of years, and then it was produced off Broadway in the summer of 2005. And then from that, we made a short film, which we filmed in Toronto, Canada. And then finally, the movie that everyone knows was filmed by Lionsgate in 2007. So it was a long and very theatrical journey.
Have you ever thought about to perform it on a big stage? Like a Wacken open air? Or Rock am Ring?
There you go. Well, it is an opera, right? The genetic opera.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it was performed live on stage for years. And it has never, I guess there's never been a serious offer to take it back to the stage in a bigger way. I mean, I could even see it being like over the top, cheesy Broadway style, or not Broadway, Las Vegas style. You know, half-naked girls, drums and guitars. I don't know.
Cheesy lights.
Cheesy lights. Maybe at some point it'll happen. Maybe I'll get to reprise the role of Grave Robber on the stage at some point.
Call me when you do that. So, let's talk about the newest project. It's a second part, Alleluia, from The Devil's Carnival.
You're kicking the goddamn hornet's nest. The Carnies are completely unprepared, and I can guarantee you, heaven will be dispatching forces to deal with us.
And we are going to trample his almighty ass.
And had lots of stars in it, even David Hasselhoff. I love that fact. And
And he sings.
awesome. Will there be a European release for that movie?
There should be. We're working on it now. Thus far, Alleluia has only been released in the States as a touring show. So it's not available on DVD anywhere yet. And what we've done, and we've done this with Repo and with the Devil's Carnival 1, is we sort of made it a mix between a cinema experience and a rock concert. And so myself, the director, sometimes some of the cast from the films, we hop in a van and we tour around showing the movie at kind of like midnight movie houses across North America so far. Hopefully we'll make it to Europe as well. But right now I think the plan is in the first quarter of next year, you'll have, hopefully Germany will get a chance to see it. So stay tuned. It'll definitely be available through the traditional platforms, I don't know, Amazon, iTunes, whatever the equivalent is here. Yeah, so keep an eye out. It's very exciting. And yes, I got to write a song for the Hoff.
Never ever hassle the Hoff. You know that. And can you tease us something about the weirdos in the movie? I know that you like to dress up as some kind of different character. I mean, it's normal. so please tease it a bit.
Sure. Well, I play Lucifer. So this red guy right here, that's me, although hardly recognizable. And Paul Sorvino plays God, and it's basically a musical battle between heaven and hell. And in this, of course, heaven is the bad guys. So but it's full of a crazy cast of characters. In addition to the Hoff, we have some Broadway legends in it. We have Adam Pascal from Rent, Barry Bostwick from the Rocky Horror Picture Show is in it, and he's singing, as well as some rock stars. We've got Tech Nine in it. Ogre from Skinny Puppy is back. Jimmy Urine from Mindless Self-Indulgence is in it. So it's a crazy, Emily Autumn is in it. It's a crazy cast of characters kind of going to war with God and singing about it. So you should check it out. It's very metal.
As far as I get informations, as every good journalist did, you did some animation work, storyboard works on TV series like Max Steel or Starship Troopers. Is it right?
I did. My career in entertainment began as an illustrator, which is how I studied. I didn't know I was going to be writing crazy goth metal operas, but that's how it all turned out. But no, yeah, I made my living for about 10 years drawing for movies and for television and animation. I did the storyboards for Into the Wild, Sean Penn movie. I worked at Sony for a while on this animated Starship Troopers. So yeah, I draw pictures, and I drew all the comic book artwork that you see in Repo. And even though I don't draw as much now, I do use it to communicate ideas, both for Devil's Carnival, for Repo, and for a new project I have coming out called American Murder Song. Which,
can you tell us something about it?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. If you like my songwriting and you like my voice as a singer, I've teamed up with Sar Hindelman, who's the co-composer of both Devil's Carnival movies, and we've decided now to play kind of in the old American Northeast, and we're writing a collection of original murder ballads, songs that tell stories of murder, set in 1816 America. Some of it's based on actual history, some of it's fantasy, but it's another very visual, very dark, and very musical world, and much more so than Repo or Carnival, which are more films. This is really a music project that has history and almost like moving portraits of killers throughout the ages. So check that out, American Murder Song.
The style of singing is more rock or more classical?
Well, I mean, you have whatever voice you have, right? But the style of music, yeah, you're born with it. So I think like with everything, in the way that Repo was a mix between opera and sort of metal/industrial. The first Carnival was kind of circus music. The new Carnival is kind of swing music, but all mixed with something very dark and very modern. So the American Murder Song project is really kind of like old American folk, I suppose, but with a very dark turn. So as such, we're using instrumentation that would have only been available in that era in America. So hurdy-gurdy and dulcimer and sometimes upright piano. So it has a very old world sound, very dark as such, but mixed with certain modern elements. So I think if you come to like the stuff I do and the world building that I do through music, this won't disappoint.
Of course, there's murder. I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
It's new that you say that.
Yeah.
So we are from Trash Tube, and trash in German, it's so funny because all the Americans think, hey, we're from Trash Tube, do you like an interview? And they say, no, because trash is trash. But in Germany, trash is B-movies.
Oh, okay.
It's the word for B-movies.
Okay.
And I know that you are a fan of B-movies. You can see it in Repo, you can see it in Devil's Carnival, and I know that you like Rocky Horror Picture Show. That must be. And what are your favorite B-movies? The movies that are so bad that you think they are so great?
Oh man, to put me on the spot. Well, you know, I try to find. I think you have to define bad. I think what some people think is bad is good, and so on and so forth. But I think my guilty trash pleasures. Obviously, Rocky Horror Picture Show. I like a movie called Dead Alive, and I'm not sure what the German name is. Peter Jackson, Brain Dead. I love Brain Dead. That movie, just oodles of blood and mommy issues.
It's the first movie where two zombies have sex together.
Yeah, so who doesn't like that? Yeah. Recently I saw a trauma film that I found really funny, although I was drunk when I was watching it, so called The Chicken Dead. It was Poltergeist, The Chicken Dead, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, just like that.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. And also, I'm reading a comic book right now that's kind of in that vein, called Chew. Have you heard of this? No. It's fantastic. It's all pulp and trash, tongue-in-cheek, and it's about it's kind of a murder police investigation type of thing. But one of the cops, his special power is whatever he eats, he gets impressions of what happened. So there'll be a crime scene, and he'll have to go and eat the dead body or part of it. And then he gets impressions of how this person died, who killed them, and so I'm loving it. So it's B comics all over.
I see it in your eyes. New ideas.
New ideas, exactly.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having you here.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy Germany and see some more of Germany, not only Bottrop.
I plan to. I have 2 more days here, so
okay.
I'm going to go into Cologne and.
So good, Cologne. Really, you enjoy it.
Thank you.
That's the city for you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, brother.